Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are doing great. In today's tutorial, I will teach us how to sew a cargo pocket. My fabric is folded into two. The length of the pocket is 9 inches. The width is 6 inches. At the middle of the pocket, I will mark 2 inches down because I want to create a pleat there. And I will measure 2 inches from the top to the end of the pocket. I will rule a straight line, then go over to my sewing machine to stitch the straight line. I have gone ahead to stitch it, and this is how it looks. The next thing I will do is to iron the place properly so it can relax on the pocket. This Ankara fabric you're seeing is called the border. The length is 2.5 inches. The width is 22 inches. I will place the border on the fabric facing right side to right side. I will pin them down together. I've gone ahead to pin the border around to the end of the pocket. The next step is to take the pocket to my sewing machine to stitch the edges by ½ inch. The next thing I will do is to create a notch on both sides of the pocket. The next thing I will do is to top stitch on the black fabric, making sure that the Ankara fabric is not showing outside. Make sure you fold the Ankara fabric inside properly. Top stitch on the black so that the Ankara fabric will not show outside. I'm going to do that round. After stitching the edges, this is how it should be, and I have also ironed it. The next step is to stitch the top of the pocket by 1½ inch. That will be our folding allowance at the top of the pockets. We're going to mark 1½ inch. And then I will fold the edge inwardly by ½ inch as well. And I'll go over to my sewing machine to stitch the edge down, folding it inwardly by ½ inch. After stitching, this is how it is. And I have also ironed it. The next step is to attach the pocket to your shirt or pants. I will use this fabric as a sample. Fold the borders of the pocket inwardly. Trace the pocket directly on the pants. Make sure you fold the borders inwardly. You're going to trace the exact pocket on the pants by using a chalk. I have traced the pocket directly on the pants. This is how it is. Now mark ½ inch on the side of the border, on both sides. I'm going to mark ½ inch on the side of the border. And then I will place it on the line. Stitch it down following the direction of the chalk. Okay, I will place the border on the chalk I marked, from the line I marked. Then I will stitch it down directly on the chalk. So guys, I've done that, and this is how it's looking. Our pocket is coming out already. The next thing I will do is to stitch the top of the pocket by 1 inch on both sides. I have done that, and this is how it's looking at the sides. I have also ironed it. The next step is to measure the top of the pocket. I have 6.25. My cuff fabric is folded into 2. I will also mark that 6.25 on my pocket cuff plus 1 inch seam allowance. Okay, the length of my cuff is 3 inches. I will mark ½ inch on both sides of the pocket and stitch it down. Remember, we added 1 inch, so I'm taking ½ inch on both sides. I roll a straight line, go over to my sewing machine, then stitch that straight line down. I've done stitching the ½ inch, and after stitching, the next thing I will do is to notch the side so that when I turn it inside out, it's going to relax properly. So guys, this is how it is. As you can see, the edges are sharp. Then I will go over to my machine and top stitch on the sides of the cuff. I have done that, and I have also ironed it properly. Next thing I will do is to mark ½ inch on the top of the pocket, because that's where I want to place my cuff. So I'll marking ½ inch on the top of the pocket first. And then I will place the cuff on the 1/2 inch I marked. And then I will measure 0.25 on the cuff, then stitch it down. I will measure 0.25 on the cuff and stitch it down. I have gone ahead to stitch the cuff, top stitch, and also stitch it down by 1/2 inch on the sides. So guys, we are done with the cargo pockets. You can see how beautiful it turned out. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe, like, and share. I will see you in my next tutorial. Thanks for watching.